Open your Map Here composition and place your map. Now open your Path Here composition. Select the Draw Your Path Here layer and choose the Pen tool. Add your points and adjust the vertices handles to create your route. Keep in mind that you can create only one route, so do not create further masked paths. The reference red point will follow your path. The duration of the travel is determined by the time position of the start and end markers, so move them to increase or decrease the duration or to delay the tracker start. If you want to stop the tracker on points, open the Set Stop Points composition. Otherwise, skip this step. Move the time indicator until the tracker reaches your desired stop point. Now make sure that the Control Panel layer is deselected and press the asterisk key to create a composition marker. This marker will represent a stop point. Go on moving the time indicator and add as many stop points as you want. Now select the Control Panel layer and set the stop duration value. In this example, 3 seconds. Great! Your animation is quite ready. Open now the Map Animation composition and check your animation. Of course, you have several customization options. Select the Control Panel layer. Click on the Show Route Information checkbox to reveal some useful info about your animation, like the number of stops and the stop time duration you previously set, the final animation duration, and the current tracker position. This latest value is very important when you place pins or callouts on the map, but we'll talk about this later. Use the camera elevation and the camera zoom to change the position of the camera. You can also animate these values manually by adding keyframes. The camera rotation option creates an automatic rotation of the camera around the map for the entire animation duration. If you prefer, you can invert the camera rotation ticking on the corresponding checkbox. To get a more realistic look, add the depth of field and adjust the blur amount. You can choose the style of the tracker from the corresponding drop-down list. You can also use your custom tracker to do that. Open your custom tracker composition and place or create your custom element here. Your tracker must be placed in the center of the composition. Use the size slider to modify the size of the tracker and the tracker color to change the color of the tracker. The path group contains all properties to customize the line of your route, like the path color, the thickness, and the dash amount. The animated offset creates a continuous dashes animation of the line. Enable or disable the tracker and line shadow, and adjust the shadow distance and softness with the respective controls. You can choose whether to use a solid floor color, and in this case, you can set it through the color control, or you can opt for one of the available textures. Finally, set the color of the background or check the alpha option to have a transparent background. It's now time to place pins and callouts. Go to the Pins folder into the Elements folder and open the Pins Preview composition to choose your pin style. Let's assume you choose Pin 1, so open the Pin 1 composition, then select the Controls layer and customize the colors of the pin. Go back to the Map Animation composition and import the Pins 1 composition. Apparently the pin is correctly located, but if you move the time indicator, you can see that it follows a tracker without staying fixed on a point. So, tick on the Show Route Information in the Control panel and take note of the tracker position. These datas represent the current position of the tracker, so if you want to place your pin on this point, you have to copy these values in the X and Y position properties of the pin. Now tick on the Collapse Transformation in the 3D Layer checkboxes. Since this pin style should have placed upright, you also have to set the X rotation to 90. To adjust the pin reveal time, simply move the layer track to the correct time position. Use the pin layer scale to set the pin size and Y rotation to change its orientation. If you have to place further pins, simply import the pin from the project window and repeat the same task. The callouts work the same way. Let's try to use the Image Callout 8. Open the corresponding composition. Type your text and import an image or a video. Your footage must cover the gray shape. In this callout style, it is represented as a skewed rectangle. So move and scale your footage to cover it and place it below the image matte layer and set the track matte to alpha matte. Don't forget to turn your footage to 3D. If you want to change this callout colors, you can do it through the Controls layer. Now go to the Maps animation and import the Image Callout 8. As you did for the pin, tick on the Collapse Transformation and the 3D Layer checkboxes. And finally, change the callout X rotation to 90 degrees. The camera always follows the path, but in some cases, you might prefer to have a still camera to see a static map. In this case, hide the camera layer and turn on the still camera. Then move the camera to get your optimal camera view, or if you want, Create your own camera animation, manually adding keyframes.